Hi, everyone. It's Vicki Townsend and Liz Becker on our LeadersConnect call for the last of our LeadersConnect calls in 2017. We are grateful to have you guys here. We've got a lot of really cool stuff to talk to you about, including some marketing pieces, some stuff on our website that Liz has been working on to help you guys as leaders be better and have some access to some forms that you may either forget that is there or it's new. And we want you guys to be able to run effective and meaningful chapters and chapter meetings. And so I want you to say goodbye, hello to my gorgeous partner, Liz Becker. Hi, Liz.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you.
Why don't you get us started so that we can move into this right away? And so we've got some marketing stuff to talk to you guys about and some technical website stuff to talk to you about. So we'll do the website stuff first.
Awesome. And all the information for those of you that may be new to our LeadersConnect calls, this is our time to be able to get that information that we want, that we know will help you grow your chapters or manage your chapters. Also, it's our opportunity to hear great feedback from all of you guys. So as we always do, we'll open that up later on at the end of this this call. So I just want to go over something new that I've put on the website. Some of you I may have told already, some of you I may have not. I believe last month I showed you guys of a new area that we created. I'm going to share my screen right now. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So last month, I believe I shared with you that I created a new member welcome packet page, which is where you should be directing all of your new members to. This is where they're going to have the access of what do I need to do next? How can I, get started? All the proper links, any kind of documentation that they need as a member. For some reason, my computer's, there's an image here. It's my internet's probably weak because of the Zoom call. There we go. So what I've done is also created this and made it easier for the leaders. Now, for you leaders, it's going to be under the same page as we always had for you. Under the chapters menu, the main menu, you would go to leaders and then you would go to LeadersConnect. This is your area. Only you have access to this. Only leaders have access to this. And basically it has some of the same information that's on the new member welcome packet, but then other information that's specific to you guys. For example, the Zoom login information for our LeadersConnect call is also here. It gives you a guideline of what you should be doing once you become a leader. Some of it is the same on social media. Some of them is specifically to you. On the website, all of the links that you're going to need are going to be here. On the website, the most important area for you to be in, there's two areas. And I'm not going to go over all of this. You can just, in your own time, read through these things and visit the different links. But you will see on this section on our website, you'll find all the necessary documents to successfully run your chapter on the operations manual page. Here's the link to that page. I'm going to go to it now because this has all of the documents you will ever need for your chapter, including the NADP Ed Talk guideline and idea list. Those have been updated. So please make sure that you are downloading this new version here. We also updated a few other documents such as our sample email invitation to prospective members. This is the same one that your members would be using. You could alternate it a little bit. You can, edit it and put in that you are a leader of the chapter, but you can tell by dates of when we have updated the documents. So everything is on here. I'm going back to that LeadersConnect page because the other main area that you want to go to is your specific chapter, your specific positions page. So for example, down here under leadership training, you have the director, assistant director, membership growth and development chair, social media chair, treasurer. The minute you click on one of those links, it'll take you to your page with the proper document needed. So the membership chair, for example, goes directly to their page, has a little training video, to show you how to, manage your group page, your responsibilities on the group page. And then it also has all the documentation that you specifically would need in your role, okay? So it's pretty straightforward. It's much easier now, I guess, to have everything on one page for you guys and also give you a guideline as to what you really should be doing as a new leader. Now, this brings me into one very important fact, and I know that I've mentioned it a few months in a row. One of really the one thing that sets us apart from everybody else and every other group or association is our Ed Talks. I mean, these are really, really valuable. It's something that's why the assistant director position is really a very important position in managing the content and being able to make sure that all of this information is valued to all of the members, and that people aren't looking at it as a 30-second glorified 30-second elevator pitch. Clearly, if you have good content, good value, that will automatically put you in the limelight and put you top of mind for the other members. So this is something that should be monitored, and one of the things that we're finding that is not happening is that the content is not being posted on the site. And the reason of the importance of posting on the group page, which I'm going to just go into any, let me pick one that maybe, I don't know if they have it on there, if they've been posted. Let's pick Fairfield. I don't think Fairfield County has posted it either. But I'm just going to use an example anyhow. I'll use Fairfield County Chapter's web page. The reason is that this page is open to all members from everywhere. All NADP members can go into the group pages, can go into the blog sections and look at what content you're posting. So here we go. Excellent. We've got Ed Talk reviews of what's going on. They have the 5 posts of every month. So if I were to go in and I wanted to find out, I can look at all the topics, and this is education for me as a divorce professional. Any kind of the actual guideline or any presentation can be uploaded to the site and should be uploaded to the site. Now, this leads me to the next aspect of the importance of you guys sharing the fact that this content, this B2B content, is really important for national on a larger scale. And we keep on calling out for content because we want to be able to share it with the world as well. Certain information that's really important for all divorce professionals to know, not just our members, is really, really important. So having said that, there's 2 things that we would like you to share with your members. First of all, if anybody already has content that any kind of specific divorce-centered content that's CE approved in any of their industries, please have them let us know this information so that we can figure out a way that we can incorporate it to our members outside of just being an NADP Ed Talk. Also, any kind of articles that may not be CE approved, but just articles that they have, we're already having them come in, which is great. We have an amazing attorney that is a surrogacy, specializes in surrogacy attorney and IVF and all of that, and she wrote a very interesting article that we're going to be sharing with you guys. So many different topics that are important. Please let us know about them. Send them to Victoria. Have your members send them to Victoria. And this is also information. You may have a blog up, or you may want to blog, and Vicky's going to go into this a little bit also after, but we now have someone on hand that can help you not only learn how to blog, but help you write the contents for your blog. If you just don't want to spend a tremendous amount of time writing, but you have the basic idea, the basic concept, or you may have something that may not be divorce-centered but needs to be altered to be divorce-centered by adding certain points, then let us know. We want to be able to help you get out there. We're noticing now more than ever, a lot of our members, they see the value in being seen in their communities and through their colleagues and through their members as divorce professionals. Like Carlos just, wrote a book that's amazing about, different options in divorce. He's the director of our Aventura chapter. We have a lot of this is going on now, which is great. And this is what we want you to do. We want you to set yourself apart from everybody else in your industry. So the blogging is going to help you. These articles, any kind of continued education, courses, workshops, seminars, any of that will help you. And we want to be able to do that for you as well. So having said that, please make sure if you are the assistant director that you are posting this information. And if you're not, if you are the leader that's here representing your chapter, please pass the information along that this must be done every month. Okay. Now, last thing that I just want to focus on that I think is important, the divorce facts sheet, which is on that that page, the operations page. So when you go down to that all documents page, we have our divorce. It should be here. Is it here? The divorce facts? Maybe. Yeah. 20 interesting facts about divorce. This is something that you should be printing up. I believe it's the membership chair. I'm not sure, or the director. It's up to you guys really who wants to do it, but you should be sharing at least 1 or 2 facts at every meeting. It really gives that that feel that this is where our minds are at. We want you guys to walk out of this room knowing something that you didn't know before, not just with the Ed Talk, but also with the divorce facts. It helps. And again, just go through these information, go through these documents if you haven't. Make sure your whole leadership team at your next LeadersConnect, your leadership meeting, you should be going over this as well. And I think that's about it. I think I covered everything on my end. And I leave the rest up to Vicki. Thank you all again for being here today. We're super excited about everything that's going on with the NADP, which we'll talk about after too. So go for it, Vicki. It's all yours.
So what I wanted to talk, and this is really important for your members and your other leaders to understand. Right now, as we speak, people are contemplating the divorce process, and they're putting it off, and they're putting it off, and they're putting it off until what? After the holidays. January is the #1 month of the year that people begin to reach out, go make contact with the people that they're going to need to help them through this process. So what does that mean for you and for your members and the other people? Between now and January, you need to start discussing what your strategies are to let people know that you are in this business. So I've been always talking about the importance of your social media channels. As much as you think, if you're a family law attorney or if you're a CDFA or you're a realtor, as much as you may think that people understand that you are a part of the divorce process, that is not the case. And what I would highly recommend you get yourselves and your members particularly work on this in their December meeting to start to strategize on how they are going to brand themselves as the person to reach out to once the holidays are over. So we want to remind you that they have their Facebook pages, and we have had several people in our organization that suddenly start to Facebook or LinkedIn about the fact that they are at an NADP meeting, learning about the divorce process, surrounding themselves with high-end, high-achieving professionals that also help couples through this process. And people actually reach back out to them going, oh man, I didn't realize you did this. And it has driven business to them. It has driven referrals to them. And they also, to the people that are also in their social media circles that also help couples through this process, it has also been an opportunity for people to say, tell me about the NADP. What are you guys doing? I need to know more about this because I'm a realtor, or I'm a real estate attorney, or I'm a financial planner, whatever that is. So use your December meeting to get people to start to brand themselves to the people that they know, because in the state of Florida, because we have a high divorce rate in the state of Florida, 4.5% of the people that you run into, whether it's at a church, whether it's in a movie theater, or at the restaurant that you're eating at, and even in the NADP meetings that you're at, the average is that 4.5% of those people will be divorced by this time next year. So those are the types of things that we want people that, like you guys, that really care about making this a better process for the people going through it. We want you guys to be branded as those experts that help that couple in your area of expertise. So some examples would be to have them post on Facebook that they are at an NADP meeting, that they can start to blog, and Liz had mentioned that. We did a workshop last week with somebody that's writing our newsletters, and she's writing content for our website. Her name is Michelle Dempsey, and she has a company called Very Well Written, and that's what she does. So she's got several master's degrees, and she is actually an amazing writer, as well as she understands the whole marketing edge and SEO and strategies to bring people into your business through certain niches. So we have her available to work for you and for your members that can help put out content to help us help you brand your members, because what we want to do is post it on our Facebook pages, and then we want all of our members to start to share this out. That's another thing that we want your social media chairs to do. Is if somebody posts a blog on your Facebook group page, blast it out to your social media pages so that people can start to be branded as divorce professionals. So I think that's a great strategy for your December meeting. Ask them what their plans are to help them brand themselves for when people are going to need them most, which is the month after next. So we wanted to bring that up. We also want you guys to start to strategize around your own NADP meetings for 2018. We want you to have your leadership meeting where you guys have some strategies on how to reach out to the right people, how to connect, how to make strategic introductions, and how to get your groups to be bringing in their best and brightest referral sources into your NADP meetings. So we really want you guys to strategize and make that meeting happen between now and the beginning of January, where you guys sit down and discuss strategies. And the question that I would ask each and every one of you is, what are your goals for your chapters in 2018? What do you want it to look like? How many people do you want in that room? And more importantly, who do you want in that room? So I think it's a good idea that you guys start to actually put down, whether it's numbers of people or names of people that you think would be a great fit for your chapter. Your chapter may look different than someone else's chapter. As a matter of fact, they all look very different. Some are focusing more on the financial end. Some are focusing more on a more collaborative process. Some are talking, there's just a number of different ways that people are trying to grow their chapters. The question that I would ask for you guys to be very clear about is, what do you want that to look like? And if you don't know, let's schedule a strategy session with me or with Liz. If you're up in the Northeast, we'll strategize with you with Nicole, and we will help you guys design a strategy for your team members to help you guys grow your chapter into what you want it to look like. So that's available. Reach out to me if you guys are kind of struggling with how to strategize and then how to actually implement that strategy. So we're here to help you with that. Something else that you guys might want to think about for 2018 is to grow some of your committees. I think a really good idea and something that we should consider adding on a national level is a social chair. And when I say social chair, I don't mean social media. I mean a social chair to create your ABB hours, your anything but business hours. You need 12 of those a year. And it probably should be somebody that is somebody that enjoys putting together something like that. It doesn't need to be super extensive, but whether it's arrangements made with a local tavern or restaurant, or whether you guys want to go do bumper cars together or go bowling together or go to do those escape rooms together, whatever it is that would make your chapter more social together so that those relationships can be built, consider adding and finding a social chair for your chapter for 2018. And also you might want to consider maybe a chapter ambassador or community liaisons to help you reach out to those specific branches that you may need to be filled, whether that's in the legal area, anybody that touches money, in the mental health world, or any of those people that deal with their assets, anybody in real estate, not just realtors, but mortgage and title. People that help deal with all of their collections and all of their mutual assets, investment properties and businesses. So you guys might want to consider who in your chapter would like to become one of those ambassadors, because we need to start to get the people that are attending your meeting to actually become engaged and take some ownership in what you guys are doing. And the more ownership they take, the more involved they are, and the better your chapter will grow with the people that you want to have in those. So set those meetings with your leadership team between now and January so that you can have a very clear strategy about where you need to have some growth, where you need to get some of your chapter members involved, and how to get them engaged, how to get your members engaged with helping you guys do some of that heavy lifting. Because the one thing I know to be true, if you guys take on the job of doing all the heavy lifting, there's a lot of your members that will allow you to do that and sit back and not participate with you. So you want to have your members engaged. Maybe they become engaged in helping the social media chair, or maybe they become engaged in helping the membership chair. But it's important to get them to help you guys do some of that heavy lifting. And so I think that that's really what I wanted to cover. So I just wanted to recap that, just so that you guys know, and I would bring this into your December meetings, that January is the big month. This is where the push is. This is where people are the most confused, but yet feel that they are ready to roll. This is they've made New Year's resolutions, and those resolutions oftentimes can, involve starting a new life and ending a marriage that no longer serves anyone. So have your members think about what they're doing for that, and to have your your leadership team having your strategy for 2018, write down whatever the numbers and people. Have a book, write it down. When you write it down, you're more likely to take action on that. So we really want you guys to just start to think about what 2018 can look like for you and for your members. And with that, that's really all I wanted to talk about in terms of marketing and branding. And then I think we want to talk about some kudos to our Delray Beach chapter that launched just last week. That was an awesome. How many people did they have, Liz? Do we have anybody from Delray on this meeting? Lisa, right? Lisa, we do.
We were 20. Yes, we were 22.
22. Congratulations. What an awesome start to your chapter. They are meeting for breakfast. Currently, they are at Farmer's Table, but soon, hopefully after the beginning of the year, they'll be moving to the Delray Beach area, because they'll have enough people to meet the minimums that's required up there. So we're so super excited. Congratulations, Elisa. You are the director of that chapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say hi to everybody so that everybody can know who you are and what you do.
Oh, Alyssa Kupferberg. I am a director at Steeple. I have an investment team, the ECJ Wealth Advisory Group, and I am thrilled to participate in the National Association of Divorce Professionals, because I am more and more getting phone calls from my personal contemporaries informing me that unfortunately they're getting divorced. and they are calling me, and surrounding myself with professionals in the community that can assist me to properly service these individuals means the world to me. So this is a personal opportunity for me to expand my knowledge on how to help divorce aides. So thank you very much, and I'm very thrilled that Rania had asked me to serve as the director. Rania Dwadi and Renee Safier-Harris have been unbelievable. So we're growing our chapter.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Wait, Liz, you want to talk about some of the upcoming launches we've got?
Yeah, we have a bunch of upcoming launches. We have New Jersey, Essex County chapter is, I think they have one spot left for leadership on that team. And I believe they have their pre-launch lunch or breakfast on the 30th of November. So if there's anybody here from the north that thinks that they have someone that may be a good fit for that chapter, please let them know about it. Also, we have another chapter in Long Island, Suffolk County. Also, I believe has one spot left in leadership, if I'm not mistaken. They just had their first meeting of also there was 24, 25. I mean, just, the first actual, not even a pre-launch meeting, just getting people together. I think we already had about 15 people or 18 people apply for that chapter. It's going to be very exciting. We have a Los Angeles chapter. Vicky was in LA 2 weeks ago. LA is going to be incredible. West Coast is going to be amazing. Working with a few also mental health professionals that want to launch another 2 chapters. Vicky can tell you more about that, but that'll be great. So if you guys know anybody on the West Coast, you can also start referring them to us. As you guys know, we don't do any advertising outside, and our growth in a year, a little bit over about a year and a half, has been astronomical just based on the referrals from our members, and we like to keep it that way.
Yeah.
We prefer to keep it that way because we know that if you're referring someone, most likely you've already done business with them, you can vouch for them, and that's much better on our vetting process as well.
Can I just say a kudos to Carlos Gutierrez, who's responsible, even though he may or may not know it, for the launch in Los Angeles. Carlos, it's because of your connection with Ryan that they met at a national real estate conference, and Carlos said, dude, you probably should do this out in Los Angeles. And already we've probably got about 20 members, and they haven't even launched yet. We are doing their leadership training in the next couple of weeks. So, and then because of that chapter, we now have new chapters that we're starting to put together in the Southern California and San Diego and Del Mar. We have another one, some other interest in a different area of Los Angeles, because if you're not right there, you're 2 hours away from a mile away. So there's a lot of people that are going, I would be interested. So it's because of people like you that, and the people that like and trust, that we're growing, and we appreciate that. So thank you, Carlos, for that recommendation, because we are really excited to go out to California.
You're welcome. You're in great hands with Brian. He's a great leader at the national level, and we've been going to some of the same conferences for about a year or 2 now, and he's great. You guys are in good hands out there.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited. We're really, really excited.
Yeah.
So, Liz, is there anything else we wanted to discuss today?
I think we covered most of it. I'd love to open this up and hear any kind of recommendations you guys have in, at this topic of strategizing, right? In the membership committees, and maybe having like a community liaison and having people get out in your areas so that they can know more about the NADP. Is there any recommendations you guys have for other chapters, or maybe something that you've been doing that's worked really well? This is your opportunity to give a little bit of feedback. So, Vicki, you've got control of the panel.
Yeah, everybody's unmuted. So we would love to have, some, if you guys have ever said, God, I wish they did this, or I wish there was, or, they're missing the opportunity. now we want to hear from you, because we're not going to talk to you guys again like this until January. And if there's something that you would like to see us do, add, do differently, change up, let us know. Can you guys just kind of speak now and let us, we'd like your feedback. We will change, we listen. Trust me on this. Anybody?
I just think it's a great idea to do it and have the social chair. And so from my vantage point, this is Greenwich. We look forward to filling that position.
Perfect.
Hey,
Excellent.
perfect.
This is Carlos again this is Carlos down in Miami again. And coming from the real estate industry, we're big on data and statistics. And I've searched myself, and I couldn't find any way to accumulate or just identify divorce trends as far as, macro data or local or anything really.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea for us to start culling some data from around the country, and then as we grow outside of the country, around the world, as to trends, things like that. I think that's a great idea. We can start working on that in 2018. That's an excellent recommendation. Thanks, Carlos. And maybe we can work with you and in the real estate world on how we can maybe get some of those statistics and kind of cull it from all of the industries and what they're all seeing. So that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'd be happy to help.
Thank you very much. Anybody else?
Hi, it's Andrea in New York.
Hi, Andrea.
Hello. So we have had a few people, there was a New York City chapter, as you both know, but not everyone on the call knows, that started a few months before the chapter that Leonard and Ivy and I are all on the leadership team of. And we've had a few people want to move from one group to the other. And some of that was before we started and some are more recent. I'm just wondering, what is the process? Like, what is the understanding about people moving between chapters?
Sure. Can I answer that, Vicki?
Yep.
Yeah. So the way that it works is when we have a founding chapter, we really don't encourage people to be moving because, we want them to dedicate at least that year. Now, having said that, there are certain exceptions, when it may be a timing issue that they're having difficulty attending on that day. There's various different reasons that it could happen. And it really has not happened as much as we have in this situation that we have two people that want to move over to your chapter. Now, the protocol for that, which I actually spoke to Ivy about and will be speaking to Avni as well about. And the protocol is that when a person wants to leave a chapter, if they have not completed their year, it would be based first on them filling their seat if necessary, unless approved by the leadership team that they don't want that seat filled or they have somebody else on the waiting list ready to go into it. They would have to be responsible in filling that seat in the same position. And if the other leadership team does not know them and they've never attended a meeting, they would have to, obviously there'd have to be availability for them, and they would have to set up a meeting with the leadership team of the chapter that they would want to go to. It's not just about getting up and moving over. We really don't condone it unless there's valid reason for it and unless both leadership teams are in approval of it. So in your situation, Andrea, for the people the two people that wanted to move, I have been in touch with Ivy, and like I said, I'm going to be in touch with Avni, and unless that this is a bipartisan situation where it's an agreement, it wouldn't happen. But in this case, I think it seems to be on one end. For one of the people, and the other one will have to set up a meeting with you guys to see if it's approved.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So this is Ivy. Can I just jump in on that?
Sure.
So are you suggesting that Avni and her team and my leadership team, that we sort of converse about this, or are you going to take care of that?
I'll take care of that. So I'm Nicole and I are taking care of that. So in the meantime, I'm waiting to hear back from Avni to just make sure that it's okay with her. And if it's okay with her, then you know, I'll let you know to set up a meeting with Monica.
Okay, great.
It's okay. So yeah.
And Kate also.
Yeah, Kate. Yes,
Okay.
and yeah, for both of them. That's right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody have any great ideas for your holiday December chapter meetings? We have down here in South Florida, we go to the matrimonial luncheon on the first Tuesday of every month, and they're collecting toys for a charity. Has anybody considered maybe doing something like their December chapter meeting?
No.
No, I might just.
Can I chime in? Actually, sorry. It's continued on to what we were just talking about in New York. And one of the moves is actually it's something that we, I guess, could not prevent on a whole, but it's sort of the symptom of in the mental health categories. It is so important, and this goes overall in a few other areas as well. We do have overlap in professions, and we know it, and we've tried to separate the categories as best as we can. But I can't stress enough the importance of the leadership team making sure that they direct their members to stay in their categories when they're saying who they are. If people, there's got to be some kind of accountability here. And if you are finding as a leadership, in leadership, and you're notifying them before the meeting even starts, you must stick to your lane and what category you're in. If you're finding that people are not listening to you, we need to take further action, because this is affecting the whole chapter as a whole, and especially in the mental health division or industries, because there could be 9 mental health professionals in your chapter, and with this overlap, that if all of them are going to be stating that they do children, adults, and couples, this is going to be a problem, right? So please make sure you go back to your teams and say, how are we going to, at the beginning of every meeting, the director should be saying, before you're saying your elevator pitch, you are only allowed to talk about your lane. And if you don't, there's going to be some kind of, we're going to have put in some place of some kind of repercussion that they're not allowed to, to speak and to give their 30-second elevator pitch if they can't follow such simple rules as that, right? So I wanted to bring that up so that you guys can bring it to your team, because it's really, really important. I think that is it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Is anybody else have any other ideas? Anything that you guys want to bring into your chapter that or things that you've heard that might be valuable to other people on the call? You know how I always talk, Jasenia, do we have membership totals per chapter? Is this information listed anywhere on the website? That's a good question. That's a website question, Liz.
Well, you just have to go to the chapter page and look up the directory for the chapter, and you can see all the members on there. We don't have it won't pop up with the exact number, but.
Right. And also, just an FYI, we right now have, we're probably over at 400 members, but we have quite a few chapters. As an example, the Delray Beach chapter, even though they had people that had been, had applied and all of those other things for several months, we don't hit the go button, the actual that they are a part of our association, until the official launch of that chapter, because once we hit that go button, their membership starts, and we're not interested in charging people when the chapter's not even up and running. So we have quite a few chapters that are still, the New Jerseys, the Los Angeleses, we have West Palm Beach here that we're still waiting to hit go. So those people kind of aren't on there yet, but there is a directory, Jasenia, and you can go through there. I don't know, I'm not exactly sure.
Just go to the chapter page and you'll see directory, and then you can search up, for that chapter. It'll post the members.
Anybody else?
You're welcome, Jasenia.
Oh, you're so awesome. Well, on that note, I think Liz and I would like to wish your entire family, your entire team that you work with, everybody in your life, a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Very, very excited to be ringing in the new year with you all. And we won't be having this meeting next month because we know that it's a very busy, crazy time of year and you guys will be going back and forth to holiday parties and celebrations. But we want to wish you all the very, very, very best and healthiest and happiest holiday season. And we will see you again on the third Monday in January. Right here on that link that Liz just showed you. It's always available on our LeadersConnect page. So look for us. But meanwhile, we want to wish you all very, very happy and healthy holidays. Bye for now. And
Bye.
we'll see you after next year.
Yep, 2018. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh,
Wait.
Sorry, one more thing. Those of you that are in Florida, remember that we have our upcoming multi-chapter social coming up on November 29th. So please make sure that you're registered. I think it's just Carlos that's on here, so we're good.
And Elisa too.
Yeah, so please let everybody know. Okay.
Diane too. Oh gosh, there's a bunch of them. Bye for now, everybody. Happy holidays.
Bye. Happy holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording.